So today I'm going to teach you how I set up my projects. Number one thing, organization. However you can sort things that make sense to you is the key, but I will say before you even get into editing is that your folders need to have some sort of structure to them. What I like to keep in mind is if something were to happen to me and somebody else needs to edit the project, could they just go into my project and find everything that they need to? Or is it a complete pigsty and an absolute nightmare for somebody to try and pick up where I left off? The show must go on, and so my fundamental principle and the thing that I like to stick to is folder organization. So today we have a new project. Let's call it Drone Video 1. A simple folder structure would be something like footage, Premiere Pro, notes, delivery, graphics. So say it looks something like this. I actually like to put my notes on the bottom every time. I'm just really super anal, so I put a little Z in front of it. So we have our different footage for our project. We have drone files, we have GoPro footage, we have iPhone footage. However you want to do it, I'm just gonna drag all that stuff in there. Make sure we got it here. All right, that looks cool. And this looks pretty good. We don't have a mess yet. So let me just go over what content I put in these folders. So delivery is anything I export out of Premiere Pro. Footage, what you saw, all my footage goes in here. Depending on the project, maybe I have audio in here, maybe I keep it separate. It really kind of just depends. Graphics, photos, logos, Premiere Pro, that's where I'll save my Premiere Pro project, as well as all of the, auto saves. And then notes. Here, I'll also keep track of how long I work on my projects, and I'll put it in there. Anything that's basically just a Word doc or notes from a client, I put in my notes. Next is we'll open up Premiere Pro, and I create a folder structure in my project as well. It's similar to these folders, but because I have sequences in Premiere Pro and I don't have sequences or edits in these folders, the folders are a little bit different, but they are pretty similar to this folder structure. So we can begin by footage. We can do edits. We can do sort, where we'll sort all the footage. We can do graphics. By default, it should be listing these folders alphabetically. So if you just tap on this field right here, it'll toggle between alphabetical order A to Z or Z to A. Now, before I say this, I just want to let you know what we're creating in here is going to be a project template for future edits that we do, future projects. So I'm going to save this. Default Premiere Pro. I'm going to save it in that Premiere Pro project folder. Let's go take a look, make sure it's good. All right, so our autosave files will be right here. We got our default Premiere Pro project right there, so everything is good. The way we're gonna do ourselves a solid in the future is we're going to save all these folders along with this Premiere Pro project, and we're going to use them as a template for future projects. We'll save them all into a building folder. I'm not going to copy this yet because there's a bunch of footage in there that I'm not going to be using for my default folders. So I'll just create that for now. and this is one of your building folder structures. Every project that you do, instead of having to create every single folder as well as every single gosh darn folder in Premiere Pro, you can just come to your building folders, copy all those, go to your new project, drone video 2, paste. You got all these folders here as well as your project. You open up that bad boy, you have these folders in here. You don't have to start from scratch. Editing is insanely time consuming, and so wherever you can cut a corner, do it. This structure will set you up for success. I know that these folders might vary depending on your projects, and maybe I have graphics or logos or watermarks, you know, and for one client I have the same watermarks, logos, graphics, etc., and I'll save them in the project. That way, when I create a separate building folder structure, all those graphics and all those files are saved in there. I don't have to import them every single time. The goal of this video was to give you a foundation on sorting your project, keeping things really tidy and organized. That is the key to any edit. Trust me on that one. The thing that I like to keep in mind is, how do I step away from a project and come back to it without entering a nightmare full of pain? I hope this was able to help you guys out. You know, let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.